What's good, fam? You're locked in to Mic'd Up with Sampson fam, where real talk meets real hustle. I'm your host, Marquis Sampson. This is the first episode of Mic'd Up with Sampson fam. At first, I was going to have somebody here to interview, but then I thought, nah, let me talk to y'all a minute. Let you get to know me, a little bit about my background story. So let's get into it. I grew up on the rough streets of Hollis, Queens. You know, with Run DMC, Jam Master Jay, LL Cool J. You know them cats. As a child growing up, there are a lot of rights and wrongs that you have to learn. Most rights and wrongs you already know. They're already within you when you're born. But as a small child, I think I was around 8, and I had to fight my father off for trying to molest me. I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew it was wrong. My grandmother raised me. She believed in the old Southern style punishments. She would beat me with a switch, leaving whelps all over my back and arms. But I loved my grandmother because it was that type of punishment that molded me. I would go to my great-grandmother's on the weekends. My father would come over sometimes. You know, he would come see me, father and son time type of thing. My father was a strong alcoholic, though. He didn't know where he was at. He didn't know what he was doing. But when he opened his eyes and saw it was me, he just stopped and left the room. And I ain't never tell nobody about this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I told some people as I got older, but I really ain't tell nobody about it at the time. And that was, a burden for me. Issues that I had to hold inside all my life that I noticed came out in my older years because I held that in. I'm sorry, let's go to break. We'll be right back. You mic'd up with Sampson fam.
NPO Creations provides alternative, healthy, all-natural beauty products to the men and women across America. Our NPO Creations body polishers contain essential oils that have uplifting properties for your body. It exfoliates the skin, so you don't need any perfumes after using this product. Because our body polisher leaves the skin silky and smooth. It can be used in warm bath water because it contains Epsom salt. And the Epsom salt assists with aches and pains along with releasing toxins from the body. NPO Creations, all natural, affordable beauty products available here and online, reminds you to look, love, and feel good.
Welcome back. You're mic'd up with Sampson fam. Sorry for the early pause. I just needed a minute. But let's get back into it. When you're young, growing up in the hood, it's exciting. Fighting, running from the police, even getting arrested was all exciting at times. Like most black kids growing up in the hood, growing up in the 70s and 80s, we grew up in the church, we joined the Boy Scouts, and we played a little sports. I took up boxing. My sister had got me into martial arts, but I hated to fight. I ain't like to fight, especially, fighting your friends and all that. I ain't like to fight until I found out I was good at it. When you're a young teen and you're thinking about life, you're not thinking about life when you're 50. I had 2 sets of friends growing up. There was one set, we would go around chasing girls. We called ourselves the scheme team. Chasing girls and everything, putting $2 of gas in the car, ride all day. Had no cares. Then I had another set of friends that was about the streets. After I graduated high school, I went to college for about a year and a half. I was sitting in class one day, and all of a sudden, I couldn't hear nothing. I was looking at the teacher, his lips was moving, he was writing on the board. I couldn't hear nothing. Then I looked over at the girl next to me, and her lips was moving, but I couldn't hear her. But she was saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong? And everything was like in slow motion. Man, I just got up, walked out of class. I left my books, everything. I ain't never go back. That was it. That was my last day. It was then that I decided to enter the world of drugs. Not using, never used drugs, but I started selling. I had a cousin that was big into it, and I used to be with him all the time. So I learned pretty quickly, the ins and outs of it. But he didn't want me to get involved. He felt, that life wasn't for me. He was always watching over me, always protecting me. But his brother seen something different in me. He hooked me up, gave me my first package, put me out there, And I jumped in with both feet. But we're going to take a pause for the cause right now. We'll get more into that. Right now, let's pay a few bills. You mic'd up with Sampson Fan.
Daddy, do you tell me a bedtime story?
Okay.
Once upon a time.
You were promoted to detective.
Thank you, God! See, let me call my mama.
What about my son?
Get him in there.
Mama!
Hey, Brady, go back to jail.
Oh, shit. Accommodate. Who? Your house. Your home.
What are you doing? That's going in your review.
Like, how are you really talking to Terrell when I was talking to you? It's like girl code type situation.
Because I had. You didn't even give me a good review on the date or nothing. Like you gave me you gave me 3 stars and you gave me 3 stars.
And if I could give you negative stars, it would be negative stars.
And the bodies have had 2 puncture marks on the neck.
Okay.
And they've also come up with all the blood missing in the bodies. What you trying to say? What else could do something like that, bro?
Your stupid ass jump in front of moving cars, so who the hell is the ghetto one? I think it'd be you. What? Oh, there she goes right there.
Oh, hell no!
Daddy, that's good.
Welcome back. You're mic'd up with Sampson Fan. So like I was saying, I jumped into the game with both feet. I had the jewelry, the fancy cars, pretty girls. I felt like I was on top of the world, so I thought. I had corners. I even had a small apartment building. This guy, he used to hang in the hood. He hooked me up, my man Sam. Sam, to me, was a thorough dude, to my cousin. My cousin knocked him out. Sam was a thorough dude to me, though. I seen Sam beat up 2 dudes in the park at the same time. Sam was like a thorough dude. And he hooked me up with this apartment building. It was a small apartment building, had about maybe 8 apartments in it. Nah, it was a little bigger than that because it had like 2-3 floors. But he hooked me up with that. Nobody else was allowed to work around that area but me. That was my spot. You know what I'm saying? People love me like that. You know what I'm saying? They put me on. You know what I'm saying? I even had a guy working for me out of a bodega, a little bodega store this dude had, and the guy was working for me out the store. It wasn't my store, but he was working for me out the store. You know what I'm saying? I even had the guys that used to bully me when I was a kid, they started working for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got on. That's how I was rolling back then. You know what I'm saying? One day, I was standing on one of my corners, you know what I'm saying, checking out my workers, you know what I'm saying, seeing what's good with them, what they need or whatever. And the police rolled up on me. They illegally searched my vehicle and I got arrested. I just got a slap on the wrist though, you know what I'm saying? Back then they were just, if you plead guilty, they let you go type of thing. That was the game. We ain't know nothing about the game of how they did that to prevent you from being able to vote and stuff. They was just taking your rights away. And of course, you know what I'm saying, they want to let you go. You're going to say, yeah, you know what I'm saying, so you can get out. But now you got a record. and we ain't even realizing what was going on. And you have a lawyer, the lawyer ain't telling you nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is how the white people, they all in cahoots. Like, they all work together without even talking to each other. But they just know, like, I don't understand how they do it, but they just know how to work together without even talking to each other. So, you know, I ended up with a record because I pled guilty, and they let me out. So I was like, you know, slap on the wrist. I ain't really have to do no time. And after that, that was my first arrest, but of course that wasn't my last time being arrested. You know what I'm saying? In between getting arrested, I was kidnapped. I was tortured. I ended up getting this girl pregnant, having a baby, my first child. One day I was riding on my motorcycle, and this car like pulled out in front of me. I mean, I almost hit this car. I was scared to death. The car pulled out in front of me, and I like seen my whole life flash in front of me. And I swerved around the car, you know. I didn't hit it, but I knew then that things had to change in my life. So I moved to Long Island. I left that lifestyle behind, but the lifestyle didn't leave me behind. I ended up getting arrested again in Long Island, and I got a 4-year sentence. I got arrested because I didn't commit the crime, but I got arrested because of a prominent person that everybody knows. I ain't gonna mention his name because I ain't gonna throw him out there. But a prominent person had actually made the sale, and police thought it was me. He's a prominent person in the hip hop industry. You know what I'm saying? Was prominent back in the day, one of the moguls in the hip hop industry. He made the sale, and you know, police arrested me, said I made the sale. I ain't snitch, you know what I'm saying? I know snitching rule, I ain't snitch. I did the 4 years. I did a lot of reading though while I was incarcerated. You know, you got a lot of time, nothing else to do, so I did a lot of reading. I studied Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and I studied the history of it, when it started, who wrote it, why. What I learned was mind-blowing. It changed my views on religions forever. But we can talk about that on another episode. Right now, we're going to take another break. Pause for the cause. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
In this city, it could only be one boss. Welcome to the R, baby. And the streets don't play fair.
There's two types of people in this world, bro. Yeah. Niggas that make shit happen. Niggas that watch shit happen.
Virginia is for lovers. Sort of the same.
Hey, shit to do with this. You got to bring your ass on here.
I was raised in the projects.
Polo. Man of the streets.
For a woman who don't know who my daddy is, you love comparing me to that nigga.
He's spinning all this shit. He's sitting here telling me about my life.
And the game's full of family secrets.
You ain't on 10. This shit up right now, for real.
Nigga like to blow your motherfucking head off.
Hey, Twan, Snooty, they not answering, man.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta eat too. Can I live?
No.
The vicious gangster bringing havoc to the street.
Don't you ever disrespect.
After being beaten and abused, she finds an opportunity to run. A lonely warrior and the only man with the heart and skills to stand up to him. In this epic trial of action, drama, and love, Tyrone is put to the ultimate test of kill or be killed.
Man, we need to make the perfect movie, man.
What the conversation?
What the?
What the?
This is my money, and I need it now.
No, baby. It's my money. And I need it now.
No! That's my wife, man.
Welcome back. You're mic'd up with Sampson fam. You know what's up with this cigar? Keep going out on me. Trying to enjoy my cigar. Drink a little wine while I talk to y'all. That's how we do on Mic'd Up. But anyway, back at it. While I was incarcerated, my life changed. I became a man in jail. I mean, now I was a man before I went to jail, but I was a man by age. I became a man mentally while I was in jail. Several times in jail, jail, you're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the lifestyle in there. And several times I had to fight for survival in certain situations. There were certain situations where it was either him or me. I remember thinking, damn, I can't believe I just stabbed someone. I mean, I did stuff on the streets to keep up an image, but nothing like this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when you watch a movie and they say is business, it's not personal, there's definitely a meaning behind that, because jail was personal and it was definitely a different feeling from business and personal. I later found out that the reason why I was being challenged so much was because of my size. You know what I'm saying? Back then I was even bigger than now, but I was a big guy, and they felt like if they could take me out, they could get props. But I'm still here. So as you can see, they ain't get much props off me. When I finally was released, with the help of my daughter's mother, I got a job working with Legal Aid Society, which was cool, 100 Center Street in Manhattan, where they film Law and Order, right on them steps. And it was cool working there. I enjoyed that. But I kept having these dreams. I would have these dreams of a judge yelling, like in that movie Life, the judge was yelling, "Life!" and the gates were closed, bam. And I was getting life in jail, or I would get killed. And I would wake up in cold sweats. So I realized, you know what I'm saying, I got to get out of here. So I packed my bags and I left New York. I moved to Virginia. And those drug programs, they tell you that in order to make a change, you have to first change people, places, and things. So I left that life in the rearview mirror, turned that corner, looked back, and I seen my life in the mirror of me leaving it. It was crazy, like a epiphany. But I always had a hustle mentality. My mother was a hustler. My grandfather and my great-grandmother were number runners. Hustle was in my blood. When I came to Richmond, I first opened a strip club. It was too wide open. My brother James and I got carried away. We had gambling tables, VIP room, illegal alcohol. It was off the chain, but the spot was hot. I had people coming from everywhere. I had girls coming from North Carolina, from Virginia Beach, everywhere, from DC, everywhere wanted to dance in my club because they was hearing about it. Like the word of mouth just ran rapid. So it was just a matter of time, you know what I'm saying? About a year and a half, the police ran up in there and I got arrested. I took all the weight though, you know what I'm saying? I don't live that life to tell who else down with me. They tried to get me talk. I ain't tell, took the weight. After that, I started taking these trips back up to New York, buying clothes, watches, and different things like that, selling them in VA. And I put one of my homeboys down with me. You know what I'm saying? We would take that trip 2-3 times a month until one day he was driving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even want to go. I ain't even want to go to New York this week. But he was driving on the way back, and he was speeding. We got pulled over in Maryland, right by the Maryland house, and they arrested us in the car. You know what I'm saying, with all this bootleg stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we got arrested, but that was a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? They just dismissed those charges. It was like, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing to those charges. They dismissed it. But anyway, after that, we ain't really, you know what I'm saying, take that risk no more. We ain't ride up there no more doing that. So my brother came to me one day with a DVD that some guys we know back up in New York had made. They made this movie. I don't even remember the name of it. But they made this movie. So he was like, yo, get one of your scripts. We can make one of your movies, man. Get one of your scripts. And I never, you know, I used to write scripts a lot back in the days, but I never thought that I could film it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to shop it around and everything. I never thought I could film it. Actually, I believe one of my scripts got stolen when I was letting people see it. I wrote a script about a female boxer. And one day I was laying in my bed here in Virginia, and I was watching, and a movie called Girl Fight came on. And I'm looking at this movie, I'm like, damn, all this is so familiar. This was my movie, Girl Fight, and another movie called Knockout. Those were my movies, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't do nothing about it because I couldn't prove chain of venue. I couldn't prove how they got the movie, you know what I'm saying? The dude I gave it to, how he passed it to them, I couldn't prove none of that. So basically it got chucked up as coincidence. So I grabbed up my camera. I had this little, camcorder. Grabbed up a camera. I went to one of them electronic stores, and I brought an editing software, and we filmed the first movie, Cap City. Everybody loved it. When I tell you everybody loved it, I felt like we was hood celebrities down here. You know what I'm saying? So we did another movie called Thug, and I made so much money on the DVD of Thug that I upgraded all my equipment. I mean, I was like, back then you could make DVDs. Now, nobody got a DVD player. But back then, everybody watched DVDs. And I was working security at this club, and I would just sit the DVD on the front steps of the club, and people would walk up when I'm searching, they'd be like, yo, what's that? And I tell them, what I'm saying, it's a movie I made locally. They was like, right here? Yeah. Man, people was just buying the movie like crazy. They was buying it like crazy. I made so much money with that movie. So after that, I upgraded all my equipment, got better camera, brought a Mac computer, and I filmed this movie called, what was the first one? It was Hello. It was a horror film we did called Hello. And after Hello, I did a comedy called What The, and then after What The, I did a martial arts movie called Champion. And I was trying to get to the point where I could pay the actors and stuff, but I wanted to develop where I can have a budget. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make the movies a lot better, have a budget. So I stopped making the movies, but I started filming like weddings and music videos and stuff like that. But, life, bills and everything, it would take from anything you're trying to save. So, you know what I'm saying? And then the hoes, you know what I'm saying? They take everything you try to save. So, I wasn't able to really hold on to nothing. But I recently got back into the filming. I've just finished a film called Bedtime Stories. The film is about a father telling his daughter some bedtime stories. So it's 3 short films into one film. It's a comedy, a crime drama, and a horror into one film. We just had the movie premiere. It was about 180 in attendance. Did very well. About to put that out as well. Now I'm doing this podcast, and I'm married, and I also own a used car lot. Look at God. It's that time again, y'all. We're going to take a quick break, give our sponsors some love. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
I know when we both got married a little over 5 years ago, we all agreed to live near each other for the sake of the kids, right?
Don't you know love's...
You're right, babe. Talk about a double blended family, huh?
cynical, but now...
So, we can't have our afternoon rendezvous today. You're gonna have to take a rain check.
I'm sorry for the way things had to...
Story of my life. Oh, so Shantae, what do you do?
I'm a professional sleeper.
Well, what exactly does a professional sleeper do?
And for you, man?
Shantae, wake up. We're at a restaurant.
Well, sign me up.
True love unconditional. Looked up into me, about to lose my soul.
Man, you on your second marriage with your second fine woman. I told you to get an ugly woman, but no, you didn't want to listen to me.
Man, so why haven't you brought this one around us, man? Like, you've been dating her, what, a couple weeks now? What's her name again? Like, what?
It's what the? What the?
Oh, do we know each other?
Girl, didn't I tell you to wait for me before you ring that doorbell? You know you can't be sneaking up on nobody like that with all that beauty.
Hey, Denise. Happy birthday, girl. Getting closer and closer to that AARP card now, aren't we?
And on that note, let me get another drink before I get hood up in here.
Double blended, change up on them feelings. Time go by, don't waste a minute. Just another day and we just sticking to the code. Reaching for the top cause every step ain't made of stone. Climb up on that mountain, feelings you control.
Jackson, you almost jacked up my marriage, man.
Always matter, shorty, yes indeed. Follow my lead. Sometimes you gotta intercede, and you will see when you're double blended. Please don't get offended. Talk it how you live it when you're walking double blended. Change up on them feelings. Time go by, don't waste a minute. Just another day and we just sticking to the code. Reaching for the top cause every step ain't made of stone.
We're back. You're mic'd up with Sampson Fam. Now, this is not just a story. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give y'all a little something about me. You know what I'm saying? So this is a short episode. But it's not just a story. It's proof that change is possible. I didn't know what my first episode was going to be about. I thought it would be an interview or talk about Trump or, you know, I really didn't know. Then I got a message that an old friend of mine had committed suicide. And they just announced that they recovered her body. And man, that hit me kind of deep. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm mentioning this because I seen her earlier that day. And we talked like, I haven't seen her in years. And we talked for about 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, give or take. And she didn't give off any signs that there was something wrong. She didn't show any signs that she had any burdens on her mind. You know what I'm saying? The way she was talking, I mean, she was laughing, joking. You know, we both laughing and joking and reminiscing on old stuff and everything, you know. And reminiscing, talking about, you know, people that we know together. And she ain't giving no signs that, you know what I'm saying, that there was something wrong. And I just wish that I could have said something motivating, something positive that would have hit her on the low that maybe could have changed her mind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe would have made her think, make her realize that, you know, tomorrow could be a better day. And I'm telling this story because I know there's a lot of people out here going through something, maybe far worse. But I want you to hear me and hear me. Tomorrow can be a better day. Nothing, I mean nothing, lasts forever. This is another story, another truth laid bare. Here on Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam, we give the mic to the unheard, the ones who lived it, survived it, came back with the scars to prove it. Because every voice matters, especially the ones the world tried to silence. Keep showing love, keep seeking truth. Always remember, real stories don't fade, they echo. I'm Marquis Sampson, and this is Mic'd Up with Sampson Fam. Until next time, stay solid, stay tapped in, and stay mic'd up.
Yeah, you can find me right away.